A 66 Cruiser. I don't remember those. They must not have made many. And a 64 Daytona. Here's a 1940 Indian Chief with the famous suicide shift. Or is it suicide clutch? I've forgotten. That's a 47 Indian Sport Scout. Harley Davidsons, painted in their war paint. The Tommy gun. The year I was born. Many of you are familiar with Raymond Loewy, who did styling for many other companies as well, industrial styling, and he was responsible for some of the styling here at Studebaker during certain years. And he had national prominence in his design and artistic work, and many body styles and other industrial products. So if you're interested in that type of thing, do a Google on it and you'll find a lot about this great man. Here's Raymond in a much later photograph, and this is 1963. Correction, 53. Look at how stylishly he's dressed. In fact, he's dressed like a dandy. The 1953 Studebaker Starliner Hardtop was so beautiful, in fact, and here it is in its conceptual stage. And several views of it here, but it was so remarkable that it was in fact on the cover of Time magazine that year. And Raymond Loewy was still head of the studio, although he certainly didn't do all the work himself. This museum has 3 levels, and I'm now on the lower level, and this is called the military exhibit. Right, getting off of the elevator here, this is a bearing, Torrington bearing so large that it's about 3 feet in diameter, so it's used in steel mills and paper mills and so on. There's enough Studebakers down here where they have to put them on 2 levels, so they're stacked up. It can be a little hard to see some of them, but nevertheless pretty awesome. And on the other side, the military things, including this weasel made by Studebaker for the Second World War. I wasn't aware that Studebaker made many of these Wright Cyclone engines used in B-17s. Here's one of their newspaper ads or magazine ads from that era. interesting here that this is a 59 Lark rear engine prototype. Coming out of the back door of the Studebaker Museum, and just adjacent to it is the Oliver Mansion of Oliver plows, tractors, and so on. We do not have a ticket to go in it, but I want to take some exterior pictures because it is a fabulous mansion, and they say inside it is just the way it was in the 30s. Nothing has been changed or remodeled or anything of that nature, and this is how the ultra-rich lived. I wonder if this is a smokehouse here or what this was. And look at the brickwork at the top. I don't know what that building was, but this is beautiful stone. Looks like granite, but I'm not real sure.
Here's the building.
Oh, this? So is this an outbuilding?
Probably carrying house or something of that nature, I would think.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, this is. All right, I was mistaken. This is the actual mansion itself.
So it looks like the right shade of green too, then.
Beautiful. Yeah. Oliver Green, he said. I guess this is the carriage house. We're not on a guided tour. And this is within the same city block as the Studebaker Museum. Now you can see the carriage house way back there, and this the mansion. with a stone fence all the way around. I'm going to go out on the sidewalk here, the street side. Snow on the ground here. Now I'm out near the street. I'm going to walk clear around the block. Tile roof. Some people give John Deere all the credit for the self-scouring plow, but Oliver also had what they call the chilled plow, and it was top of the line also. This is it in all its grandeur from the main street. This is what people would have seen as they drove by. The wealth, the splendor, the affluence, the luxury. And this was before taxes. Perhaps before the IRS. And that was a good thing. I certainly do like that deal right there, that flower or whatever it is. I intend to come back here sometime and tour that house. And there's another view of the carriage house from this side. Still got this beautiful stone fence, and here was the gate. I suppose this was actually the main gate. And so much for the Oliver home. And I don't mean Oliver Wendell Holmes. Out in front of the Studebaker Museum here is a hedge. But of course it's the middle of winter and it says Studebaker. I'm not really up high enough to appreciate this, but you can see the S, T, and so on. So this is a hedge that says Studebaker. Pretty awesome. Across the street now, on private property, is a mural, and then another architectural piece, and I'm going to take a walk over there and see if there's a sign on it, but that appears to have been from one of the original factory buildings. I'm just deducing this is from one of the buildings. It is not stone, it's concrete, and you can see how they've cut it out with a masonry saw on that raw edge. So it was salvaged from something, and if it's an S, duh, it must be Studebaker. And I'm surmising that, looking back across the street, that it was their older logo. This is the more modern Studebaker logo up in the peak of that roof. Chimney.
There's Oliver. There's a sign right here.
That chimney says Oliver on it. So this must have been the site. Must have been, heck, there's the sign. Oliver Industrial Park. And that almost looks like a power plant, but it says Oliver. You know, I've read something about this. Rose brick. I'm unsure of what I'm telling you here, but this looks like it was a powerhouse, and this is the chimney here that says Oliver on it. Quite a beautiful structure. And I'm walking over into the garden here, which I think is public, and there is a statue of Mr. Oliver. And I hope I'm not trespassing. Actually, I don't care if I am. Yeah, here's a historical plaque on the Oliver chilled cast iron plow. You can pause your video and read this, because that's what I'm going to have to do. And as I work my way over to Mr. Oliver, it's the James Oliver Memorial Plaza. The chilled Oliver plow. Oliver gave to the world the chilled plow. And there it is. Only this appears to be a casting. It is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And this is the man that lived in that beautiful mansion. Now, as I'm standing next to Jim, I turn around here and there are a series of wonderful plaques describing this whole facility, and I've taken still pictures of those for those of you that are interested to read, as they're quite awesome. I intend to read them myself when I get home. And this is the base of this huge chimney. I guess this is where they cleaned out the soot. Chimney Builders, New York. We are leaving South Bend and heading toward Chicago on Route 80, the last leg of the journey. And how far do we have to go yet, Dwight?
174 miles.
174 miles, and we're getting on the tollway here, and luckily we got the I-Pass.
So far, 788.
This trip is coming to a conclusion, and we're back here at square one, and we've gone 788 miles, where my wife will pick me up. Had some good adventures, a lot of fun, and many laughs. Off-camera laughs, of course. And, yeah. And since I left my wife with no money, she's shopping at Goodwill. So that's where I'm meeting her.
What a luxurious Goodwill.
Yeah, it's quite nice. Is that it there?
Oh yeah, she's in there shopping right as we speak.
And thanks for watching the video, and there's my ride. So long for now.